Yes.
And approximately 1 year, actually 2 years later, you still held the belief that...
Let him finish the question. Don't answer the question, Ms. Anthony.
You still held the belief that Kaylee was alive despite all of that.
Is there objection to the question?
Relevancy.
Relevancy.
I think it's relevant to the case of Chief Judge.
Objection sustained.
Was your ability to block all of that out part of your faith?
Sustained.
Mrs. Anthony, were you able to compartmentalize whether Kaylee was alive or not for almost 2 years?
Objection, relevance.
So that's direct relevance to Miss Anthony being able to do the same.
Sustained.
On August 14, 2008, ma'am, you went to visit your daughter at jail.
Possibly.
Okay. Do you recall seeing an evidence and also viewing a videotape in which you explained to your daughter that your husband George had blown up at the media?
I remember viewing the video. I'm not sure if that's the correct date, but yes, I remember the video.
Okay. And when you did that, there was an incident. Actually, you expressed that to your daughter, did you not?
Express what?
That your husband had just blown up at the media?
Yeah.
And this was in response to a question that a member of the media had asked as to what his opinion was of the theory that Kaylee had died by an accident.
Sustained.
This was in reference to a question as to an accident, was it not? I'll rephrase, Judge.
Okay, objection sustained. You can attempt to rephrase the question.
Why did you tell your daughter about your husband just blowing up at the media?
Relevancy.
Relevance, it goes to the actual way this child died. And knowledge, effect on the listener.
The media.
No.
Objection sustained unless you can establish a foundation. She actually witnessed and knows how the child died.
Mrs. Anthony, you expressed that this was a new theory, was it not? Did you not express that in the jail video?
Yes.
In fact, you said the latest story, the new theory or the new story is that Kaylee drowned in the pool.
Yeah, let me clarify. It wasn't a new theory. It was the media's statement regarding that. It wasn't a new theory.
Right.
Didn't mean to answer that. Thank you.
In fact, a month earlier, on July 16th, is when you had told Detective Melich about that, correct?
On July 16th, I mentioned to him that I found the pool ladder attached to the pool.
And throughout that time, while you were being questioned by law enforcement, you had also told police about the pool incident or the pool theory.
Yes, I mentioned to...
Sustained is the lead.
Did you tell the police numerous times about the pool ladder and your pool theory?
Relevance with her theory.
Sustained is the relevance of given the theory. You can talk about what she told the police, but just to understand.
The statement on the jail video about this being a new theory is not true. It's not a new theory. You're clarifying it, is what I'm asking.
I said it's the latest story, I believe, from the media, or the theory from the media. It wasn't the latest. It wasn't the first time that we had discussed it with law enforcement. I was talking about what was portrayed in the media.
And Casey even said that after you had mentioned that George had just blown up at the media, Casey had even informed you, as what's in evidence, that she had heard. Correct?
She said she was aware that she had heard that her father had just blown up at the media.
And that wasn't true. That had just happened, correct?
I don't know if that's true or not. She could have heard it from someone in the jail.
You're aware that there are no televisions in the cells, correct?
I'm aware of that.
Okay. Now, I just wanted to clarify that out. There were numerous occasions where you had made law enforcement aware of the pool ladder incident, correct?
Correct.
And all of this information was being released in the course of discovery, was it not?
Right.
I have no further questions.
Cross-examination.
Mrs. Anthony, good morning.
Good morning.
You recall when you related what the media was suggesting to your daughter, that her response to that was surprise, surprise.
That was regarding not her father blowing up at the media.
But the suggestion by the media that the pool had some involvement in Kaylee's death, correct?
Correct.
The blowing up aspect of this exchange.
Right, that last question, Judge.
Basis of objection.
Calls for speculation. How did she know what the reason why my client made that statement?
Response from the state.
She was the individual who directed the comment at the defendant, and in context, the defendant responded. So the witness was explaining that the response was as a result of her comment about the pool rather than the comment about blowing up at the media.
Your Honor, my response to that would be that they're talking about the media. Surprise, surprise means the media is at it again. Not necessarily that it was her thought on the process.
Objection overruled.
When you came into the Orange County Jail that day, you were upset as well, because what the media was doing outside was suggesting to you that Kaylee was deceased, correct?
Yes, the media was screaming at us and throwing out accusations like, what do you feel, how do you feel about your granddaughter drowning in your swimming pool? That was very upsetting.
Because at that time, you believed that she was missing and alive somewhere else.
Correct.
Thank you, that's all I have.